So you see that, keep looking. I Let us start with that very interesting. I recall one of the most beautiful uh, principles. So you will have a understanding that how these principles were discovered in the Eastern wisdom. We say it is an importance of morning rituals. We understand what it means by the ritual, a series of actions or behavior performed in a prescribed order, often with a symbolic and religious meaning. So mostly we link the ritual with the religion. So don't relate it, but just understand clearly. Ritual with a reason makes the difference. Ritual without reason or without understanding. And I'm using the word reason for the sake of rhyme, ritual and reason. But with ritual with an understanding helps. But if the ritual is not done because of many unconscious reasons, let us leave it. But remember that I should not break this ritual next time. What is that meaning? Today I practiced the Shanti mantra, and now I woke up in the morning next day, and I find that I don't have time to do it, leave it. But don't carry the burden. But remember that you have to do the practice the next time. Why I said so? I today, normally I wake up at around 3:30 or 4, but today I woke up at 6:30. So I opened the computer, checked internet, and checked everything, and opened the file that what is the topic today, and I took the bath and returned here. So it is not that the ritual should not cause you any craziness. Remember, but ritual with the reason should help you. That is what I was just talking. But it does not mean that today I woke up at 6:30, so tomorrow 7, and no, that is not allowed. That is not allowed. Do you see that? So normally what happens, people follow a ritual without reason. That is one thing. Second, then they had a craziness over the ritual that I did not perform. It did not go right. Let it not go right. You just perform it. How it is related to the today's topic? Wait. So the ritual basically is a repetitive. It is symbolic. Understand? It is symbolic, and sometimes it is social and also emotional. It can evoke strong feeling of reverence that there is an existence. How these principles were discovered, you have to now put the reason. So if you have already, we have put the reason, and that will help us. So I don't carry the burden that I did not perform it today. It's okay. It's not my mistake. It's a tamasic guna. So rituals can evolve over time based on reasoned interpretation of the world outside. And that is how the knowledge of agriculture evolved. Early agricultural rituals might have been based on the reasoned observation of season and their impact on the crops. There was no science pre-existed of agriculture. I'm just giving an example. Rituals can create a framework for understanding the world and making sense of experiences. Both way, it is a problem of organized religion and rituals in the organized religion. But previously, it was very clear understanding of all the religions. But today we are very rational. So we say, okay, well, what's the fun of it? Why to do this? Are you understanding? I'm just taking you so that the way you are born and brought up in a particular family with some rituals, remember those rituals. I also discarded everything when I was young. Youngs feel more intelligent than older ones. So once you recognize with a reason, what happens? You raise your self-awareness. Our goal is to find the ultimate, that I am the consciousness. That is all. So here, the ritual plus the reason helps you. I give you another example, so that will help you. It is known as Matsya Nyaya. Matsya means fish. Nyaya means reason also, and it also means the justice. The justice of a fish. How the fish can do the justice in my life. I eat cod fish and salmon fish, etc., etc. No, it's not about eating fish. So they created a principle, and this principle is around, I would say, 500 or 600 years old, but it's a replication of another principle. So we are not going there. I'm just picking up only the Matsya. It was discovered by Kautilya, who is the master, Chanakya, who is the master of economics, master of warfare, and the master of rule of law. That is what we talk. So now see, what is the Matsya? First, understand the fish. The small fish is eaten by the big fish is eaten by the bigger fish is eaten by the shark and the whale. That is the system in an ocean. Now see how people in those days were genius. They said this fish justice symbolizes a society lacking proper governance and law of enforcement. Today I'm small. Anyhow, I saved myself. Now I will become bigger, so I will eat the smaller one. So the proper governance and the lack of enforcement. Now see what happened. People say that, the West has explained the democracy. Yes, I agree with you. Oldest democracy. No problem. So hundreds of people in that society recognize big fish eats the smaller one, and the biggest one takes over all the other fish. So that they said there should be a lack of proper governance and law of enforcement. So what should we do? There should be a law of governance. So there were 100 people. Out of 100 people, one person was chosen, that you are elected to implement the proper governance and the law of enforcement amongst us, and from where the democracy has taken the shape. Now we have bipartisan vote, and one vote, I can do any damn thing. One vote means majority. I can do anything. Fish, Matsya, the fish system. So Matsya, when you explain it, it appears negative, but that is why it is named. So remember, are you speeding? No. I'm torturing someone? No. You see, negative leads to the positive. I have to negate something by reason, by performing a ritual. I wake up in the morning, I do the Shanti mantra. I wake up late and I remembered, no, I have to perform it again and again. Why? To live in a moment. And we have missed it. We have lost it. I believe you are getting the sense of it. Even though when I say the fish justice, Matsya, it is Matsya, in Sanskrit, it appears very appealing. So fish justice, fish reasoning, law of fish reasoning. So it means what? Here is a law. Not only I will follow, because I'm looking at whether this law is enforced and you are also following it. Democracy has gone 600 or 700 years ago. And it is linked to another thousands of years ago. Why this is? So I just laid down the importance of ritual and the reasoning. And that is why I said, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. No, now it seems ritual. Apply the reason. So that is infinite, and this is infinite. That is infinite existence, which I don't know. So this is also an infinite. How can you say that? So when I raise a question, how can you say that? We say, come on, you are claiming that you are the body and the mind. The body and mind is limited. Do you see? You are limited to the body. Why you consider that you are the body and the mind? Did someone tell you at the time of the birth, at the growth? You accept it. So why you accept it? Because you are in ignorance. You see, we are giving the reason to find out that I am the infinite. Look at the systematic approach. That is the beauty. You have to simply play with these principles and you are already there. You are all pervading real self. So we did not explain that this real self is of the nature of existence, consciousness, and bliss. We say first get rid of this fish system. And then what do you find? That you are of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Look at it. That is infinite. This is infinite. So that is why we use a lot of metaphors and parables. Now, another parable, which will stuck your mind if you are listening to me carefully. Oh, same metaphor, wave and ocean, but explanation is different. Intellectually, we know ocean, wave. Wave is also water, ocean is also water. There is no water, there is no existence in the ocean. Ocean is basically a name and form. So forget about for a moment that ocean has no name in the form. So we, in a metaphor. Now, pay attention. That ocean is conscious like a human being. It has an intellect. Metaphor. And then we will apply in ourselves. So that ocean looks at the wave, smiles, laughter, joy, happiness. How come? That ocean, we are a wave, that ocean. Why? That ocean looks at the wave without the name and the form. And the ocean says, "You are me. Come on. You are me." There is no name in the form, it is only water. Did you see that? Now see the reverse. Now the wave is talking to another wave because wave can only talk to another wave. Two people are talking. How can I be an ocean? Look at me. So when I look at me, I'm the body and the mind. And that wave looks at the ocean, how small I am, how big you are. Do you see the ignorance? Do you see the ignorance? I'm always looking. I am means the mind. Mind and ignorance is always looking at an ocean with a standpoint of a wave. And that is the greatest ignorance. In order to remove that ignorance, we have to follow a step-by-step process to reach to that state. One day that wave realizes I'm also an ocean. What happens? Purnamadaha Purnamidam. That is infinite. So this is infinite. That is infinite. This is also infinite. And when I'm infinite, all pervading, pure consciousness, peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom, it is not going anywhere. Why it is not going anywhere? In a sense, both are one. So Eastern wisdom does not say go in search of the God in temples and religious places. Find within you. That is the journey articulated by this great master. So now ask yourself what I have to do. Do I have to do the self-inquiry? Simple. Ritual with a reason. So it means all the rituals explained in the Eastern wisdom has some meaning. Yes. Constantly practicing. See another ritual, you will say it is not a ritual. It is a habit or ritual. It's a repetitive. I went into the bathing room and then my hands reached here, and then I said, no, I don't wear glasses now. When you live from that is the meaning of living in a moment to moment. Well, internally you're externally you look very casual, but internally you live into that state. Why? Because you are infinite. You have recognized it. And then I laughed at, oh, ritual. There are no glasses, but because of the habit. So when you apply the ritual, reason to the ritual, you find the meaning. And when you find the meaning, and that is what Last week, I think someone reflected that what we are learning is unlearning. Yes, yes, we are unlearning, which is causing the ignorance. I'm unlearning that I am the body and the mind. Why? So that I can recognize that I am, that is infinite, this is infinite. What a what a beauty of this understanding and the knowledge. Someone also referred last time experience of meditation means that you are focusing on moment to moment awareness. Yes, it explains the state of the calmness. Yes, 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 you're right. Oh, so now that focus is not awareness. How can I focus to wake up at 4 in the sleep? You see, we have to get rid of these blocks, challenges. So when you drop from your mind, that mind recognizes that I'm an ocean. How can I be a wave? No question. I'm a wave with the standpoint that I'm the body and the mind. Otherwise, I'm a wave. I'm an ocean. So you are doing a ritual means you are regularly doing the practice, and one day you recognize I'm an ocean, but how the ocean is so big and still the ignorance is left. Reason comes. What is that reason comes? Can you tell me which part of the water is an ocean and which is not? You have no answer. And that answer is self absorption in meditation. Today, I'm laying another strong foundation for a higher seeker to oh, so yes, yes, there is no answer, which part of the water. So here, metaphorically, we say ocean cannot be divided. But still, the mind is asking that question. Consciousness cannot be divided. So, which part of the consciousness? Today in the morning, or tomorrow, or yesterday, or coming? No, consciousness is one entity. It cannot be divided. So, I am that. Oh, I am that. Yes, I am that. I'm not the body and the mind. But why I am the body and the mind? Because I have an attachment. Now, see, another principle comes. So you see, a lot of principles, laws helps us to reach to that state that I am of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. That is what the real self is. How I cannot be the body and the mind, what you are talking about? Childhood body, kid body, youth body, and this body at this time. Body has undergone a change, and I am continuously existing. Who is that existing? It is not the name and the form of the wave, it is the essence inside. And that is what is awakening. So, you see, we have to bring them all together, these laws all together. So, what happens then? I become a bird, the flight of an eagle. What is the flight of an eagle? Total freedom. And I used to give a metaphor. You see that the birds are flying in the sky. Nothing happens to the sky. But without the existence of the sky, the birds do not exist. Without the existence of that consciousness, this body and the mind, It proves that I'm of the nature of consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. Reasoning is very important. Reasoning, reasoning in a way the masters teaches us. So that is why we are learning these principles. Otherwise, we become insane. This 12-year-old boy, he says, I don't want to do anything. He has recently approached, his father approached me. I don't want to. But you're doing something. I don't feel like going to the school. So, and we in America have all the programs, school refusal program. So, oh, he should be taught in the school refusal program. Nothing happened, but then they approached. The name of the program should be School Acceptance Program. But that is the way, ritual, fish. It is also right, fish justice. By giving all those metaphors and examples, the goal is still one. Do you recognize that I'm referring to the session that I am one consciousness? I am the real self, and that consciousness is Sat Chitanand. So I am the Sat Chitanand, yes. It takes 100% purity of the mind so that the wave standing on the ocean, looking at the ocean, sees that I'm an ocean. From the standpoint of an ocean, it is very easy. Looks at, I did not create your name in the form. A wave, no. Form, no. You are only water. So, from the standpoint of the existence, or say, for example, God, we all are. So, that is why we have created a principle that God is always kind. Do you see that? God is always full of compassion, where you are not. That is infinite, so this is infinite. I'm just telling you, simple. But I have forgotten. I live in ignorance. Oh, only God can be kind. I don't want to be kind. So that is why you are crazy. Fish justice system has to be applied to you. Do you see that? Look at the beauty of the genius of these masters who have reached to that state. And every master repeated again and again and again and again. Ah, look at it, ocean and the wave. I explained you. So then what happens? How to get rid of this attachment? Or this attachment works like a ritual. I simply identify myself with the body when I wake up in the morning. That is not a problem because you have to go to the washroom, bathroom, you have to eat. Yes, do it. Then what? Apply the discernment. What is discernment? Separating what is real and what is unreal. I already explained you many a times. Discernment. Whatever is changing, what appears true, what depends on the existence is unreal. It is false. This house, beautiful house, maybe I can brag, I can have a big ego, but that depends on the space. That depends on the space. I have a big house. Okay, so let me take the space out of it and keep your house. Is it possible? Keep your house. Variable, yes. Mention, yes. Keep it. Let me take this space out. This is what this master is teaching. Master is teaching the highest So we have to also to be a higher seeker to understand and to learn it. It's a profound journey. Today is our first session, the Happy New Year. So let new happiness continues every day for 365 days. We don't put it on the shelf on the 1st of January only. Let it happen every day, every moment. For to recognize that I need a discernment, I need a sense of detachment, I need a practice. Practice, claim it that practice is all ritual. I have to do it. I did not get any result. No problem. I have to do it. And that helps me to understand the nature of and the essence. That essence. That wave makes all the effort, performs all the ritual, applies all the reason, and one day, the same wave drops and dissolves both ritual and reason. Why? It merges into an ocean. It recognizes that I am of the nature. I am, oh, you said that is infinite. Yes, now I'm also infinite. Finished. Finished. No, we are not finished, but we have recognized it. This is what this master is teaching. So you see that, again, you see that. I am also performing a ritual of the New Year's Day. I'm giving you a total perspective of this teaching. Now ask yourself, is ritual important or not in our life? You will understand. But you have now you are understanding ritual in a different perspective. Yes, I can understand. You have left all the religions. Yes, leave all the organized religions. But why you are leaving the reason? Why you are leaving the knowledge? And our masters still have an answer. Tamsik guna. Our master has an answer. You are crazy. You did not follow the ritual. You have left the ritual. You are already living in greater ignorance. At least you should have performed some ritual. You should, your habit, repetitive practices should have, uh, may have awakened you a self awareness. Think. This master is asking you to reason, to think, to contemplate, to reflect. He's not saying anything. You need not to do the practice. And one day what happens? Again, I'm taking you to a flight of an eagle. Now, do you understand flight of an eagle? I'm taking your mind to the highest level. One day the same mind recognizes that I am the knower, I'm not the known. I'm the subject, I'm not the object. Whatever is happening is under the category of a known, and the known is constantly changing, and the knower is able to maintain the status quo. I am the knower, yes, I am the knower, I'm an ocean. Done, finished. So that is why masters ask you a question: who are you? Who I am? Oh, the French philosopher said, I think, therefore I am. We say, I am, therefore I think. So I am, therefore I think. So why you think that you are the body and the mind? You see, now the entire journey becomes simple. I am, did you recognize it? Yes, I am. Therefore I think. Okay, what do you think? I am the body and the mind. Drop it. You need not to say that I am pure consciousness. How do you say that I need not to say? Do you ever? Does your mind ever think that you are a women, Terry, or a Brandy, or Samir and Tanis, you're a man? No. Taken, I know it. Why should I say it? I'm aware of it. Self-absorption. I'm consciousness. Finished. Why do I say it? Why do I say it? Think. Ritual has its own place, reason has its own place, but this master says no. The way I'm putting the reason, you have to also put the reason in the beginning. Why? Because you are living in ignorance. So that is why you have to follow this reasoning pattern. And once you reach to the higher state, then put any reasoning. I don't. He master says that I will not object to it. You see, I told you one day, yeah, performing all this, and one day you say, I'm the knower only. Known is not me. Do you need to practice detachment? Do you need to practice discernment? No, you already know. Neighbor's house is not me. Why? That is what the realization is. I am of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Finished. Some masters give it a rich shape of the ritual. I am. And they wait for a couple of minutes to. Yes, that also works. That also helps other seekers. Why we say that? Because there is a total acceptance. Because in both the ways, these masters are right. Answer is yes. Another word, can you remember? Mysticism. How can you say that this is also true and that is also true? So you have to go very deep and clear that what these masters are saying and reach to a point that is infinite, hence, this is infinite. You can have an infinity only out of infinite. You cannot have partial, you cannot have part. Think. So we are having a flight of an eagle on the first day of the so-called New Year. I'm also performing a ritual, but a ritual in a different sense. Oh, cup, clay cup, fell down, it broke. Did the clay break up? Is the claim that cup is not infinite? Can you say the clay has broken? Cup is all clay. Front, that consciousness. So, consciousness always creates the whole, but we perceive from the point of view of the body and the mind objectivity, from the point of view of change, And we fall into ignorance and then attachment, then desire, then duality and a conflict. So, where you stand, the master starts teaching from there. Oh, I have a desire. Oh, let us talk about desire. Pleasure based desire, need based desire, or you have a desire to find real self. You see, our masters gives you the, provided you are ready to listen and find out what is this real self, and it will help you to reach to that state. That is the beauty. These masters start from where we are. We have a problem. Okay, let us analyze, perform the ritual, understand the problem. Why we understand the problem? To find a solution, not to create a problem out of a solution. I gave you one example of that. Did I understand? Everything is solved. I said sorry, but no, you said sorry after 2 hours. You should have said sorry in the very beginning. I create a problem from a solution. We have that crazy mind. Do you understand that? It is because of this the master says, please follow the reasoning I have. I'm asking you. Don't create any problem out of it. Solution is present here and now. I'm the knower here and now, and I create another objection. No, I have a problem. What problem you have? You are a knower. Look at it. That is the beauty. Reminding you, this is the first. Again, what is this? This is Happy New Year. So I said I give you the master in these chapters, in these small principles, leads us to understand that we are of the nature of the consciousness one. That consciousness is Satchitanand. Satchitanand means the absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. Are they Satchitanand three? No, they are essentially one, explained for the sake of understanding as three. And in India, we say the God, we say, what we say, God Satchidanand. We are referring the God as the absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. We follow the ritual, we don't reason it, so we don't progress and we don't evolve. Ah, yes, my friends, close your eyes. Eyes are closed, few minutes of so called. We are already in meditation, but still, let us do the meditation. Eyes are simply closed. Yes. Are you aware of that? Yes. Is that awareness is the knower and eyes closed is the known? Yes. Do you see that? So, from the highest point of view, there is a knower and there is a known. So, here, oh, whatever my mind knows belongs to the category of consistently, constantly changing entity. Whether it is a thought, whether there is an awareness of the body or a relation or a friend or a pain or a pleasure, whether it is a small wave in an ocean, the foundation is an ocean. Have you seen the wave on the kitchen island? It has to depend on the ocean. But now AI can create any damn thing. I'm not talking of that. Yadidiham prathakratya chiti vishramyatisha. So another master is saying the same thing. It is saying to the wave that why don't you remove your name as a wave and use form as a wave and then see who you are. But in order to reach to that state, I have to perform ritual. What is that ritual? Relaxation and being comfortable and being carefree, an experience of sensation and relaxation and stillness. Why? In that state, the mind is subtler. That is the only reason. Yadi deham prathak pratyah. If, Master is so humble, Master is saying that if Master leaves that doubt to you, what is that doubt? That I am the body and the mind. So that is why he is saying if you separate body from means what? Detachment. So you are aware of the body. You are moving the mind on the entire body. Reason says this body. I was aware of the body 50 years or 30 years ago. You all are young, so let me take the highest age is only 40. So you are aware of a 5-year-old body, 10 years, 20 years. Okay. Body is constantly changing. But who recognizes it? That sits deeper inside. That is, that is what you are saying separating. Now, did you understand that point? Oh, so it is already separate. Yes, you have to recognize it. Another problem. You see, another problem raised by the mind and another solution. So, body and that consciousness are already separate. I have to recognize and realize it. What to realize? Or the way of realize is that there is no name in the form. Then what is left? Water. What is left? An ocean. That name in the form of the wave does not change the quality essence of the water. So the master is saying, you are already, you are separate, but you have to recognize it. What is the recognition? There is a knower and there is a known. Look at it, how they reach to that same. I have told you 100 of times that proving You know the answer of sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Yes, you do, you know it, prove it. We are simply proving it. Exactly the way the scientific paradigm hypothesis works. What I'm doing, I'm just aware for the sake of journey, I'm experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. I'm comfortable completely. I am comfortable. But this I'm comfortable is saying with reference to the body and the mind. Yes, it's okay. They are performing a ritual. Otherwise, mind continues the doubt. You are talking about that I'm pure consciousness, what it has to do with the comfort of the body. So, my simple answer, I'm performing a ritual. I've already explained you. And then being carefree. Now ask yourself, is the sky not carefree? Whether you have those eagle is flying and the birds are flying. Is the sky not eternally free even if the millions of birds are there? Yes, it is free. Yeah, the space is not ever free, even if we have a mansion or you build a house or you destroy the house. That is the essence of being carefree. In that carefree, the knower and the known separation is recognized. I don't know what definition you give to say the recognition. Recognition, cognition, awareness, understanding, knowledge. All applies to, but we take it habitually, the word recognition, recognition. Master says pay little more attention. Oh, just an awareness. I'm looking at you does not help me recognize that I exist. I exist is independent of you. Suppose after a few minutes you leave the session. So then if I exist because of you, then I will start having lot of challenges. Wherever you are, there I exist. Master says that is attachment. Our masters have answers to everything. Oh, is that attachment? Yes. Then Master further says that no sense organ has the power of attachment, but you force those sense organs to get attached. How do you say that? I get attracted to someone, to who thinks? Mind. So because of the repetitive thinking, it makes a ritual and my eyes goes to that person only, that object only, that pasta only. Think, just ritual and reason, practice and the reason. But when this knowledge goes to 90%, you are there. Hmm. So, see, we are not doing anything. We are just looking at the knower in the known. I can use that word. So, one school of thought in Eastern wisdom which says, oh, I'm absorbed. What do you mean by absorbed? The mind is not looking at the known or the objective reality at all. What Patanjali says, if you have studied and heard, or you know the name, the father of Eastern psychology, who says that there is no cognition of the known, the object of meditation, and the meditator. Is that an absorption? Or is it we are talking about the knower? Hmm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you for the session and for another way to understand rituals. So basically, our everyday life is full of rituals in delusion, and we replace as a spirit. And those who learn Eastern wisdom, we replace these with another rituals, with rituals in wisdom, with rituals of daily practice and contemplation. And as far as I understand, the rituals are more for the mind because they have to do with repetition and the reasoning is more for the intellect because it has to do with discerning.
You are right, perfectly right. Ritual helps the mind, or you can say the ritual helps the intellect to follow the knowledge, otherwise, mind interrupts. Otherwise, the mind continues to interrupt. You are totally absorbed in that peace and happiness, and suddenly a person comes you dislike. So, if you are not performing the ritual, intellect is already gone. See that he is the same guy. And then you have millions of the thoughts. I just gave one example. So we have to understand it clearly. That understanding results into ultimate awakening. Beautifully said. How are you, Brandy?
Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm making the connections correctly, but for me, when I was thinking about the rituals in the fish justice, I was thinking about how, like when I was the rituals I had when I was a teenager wouldn't fit in my life right now. So in the same way that like we're not the body because it evolves, throughout our embodiment, that the rituals also are sort of fixed because they also don't work through time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Brandy, I have already answered that we find a problem out of a solution. In childhood, we were living in ignorance. So, out of a solution, we have found a problem. And that problem continues to haunt the mind even when we are adult and we remind ourselves. And there is the power of discernment comes and throws everything. Don't you think that I had a problem in my childhood? Yes, I had a lot of problems. But now who cares? Why I don't care? Because I recognize. Recognition is very important. And I still repeat the same state of the mind which I felt at the time of my childhood. Then I'm finding a problem out of a solution. Don't find a problem out of a solution. You are free. My mom and my dad and my parents. Gone. No, but you told us to respect, yes, to help your mind to continue to treat the path. Now what? They are already gone, so they are gone. How are you? Samir, you are there? No. Are you, Terry?
So, the same way, if I had a problem in my childhood, if I had a problem yesterday, can I forget it today? Today?
Yes,
Oh,
I forget with a reason, with an understanding. I don't force
oh,
my mind to forget. So if I force my mind to forget, that is the meaning modern psychology has already coined. That is the meaning of anxiety and depression and split personality and long list. I don't
oh,
want to go into that.
okay.
But by cognition, what is that cognition and recognition? I am none of them. They both belong to the body and the mind. And because I'm not the body and the mind.
Oh,
Yes, I'm not the body and the mind. But I take for granted that now how can I forget you insulted me 10 years ago? I am the body and the mind first. First, I am the body and the mind, then I can never forget. Then I have created one problem out of another problem, third problem, fourth problem. And that is the whole range of, I have to say, I don't want to say, with a disclaimer, that is how the modern psychology works. With a disclaimer, then it's I'm in US, otherwise somebody will definitely will sue me. But even if they sue me, they will not find anything. I don't own anything except my computer and virtual session. So let them do it. But yes, but why I say so? Fish justice system. See, everything is linked together. So if your mind plays with it and lives into that state, you are always into that state. Where is Samir? I was waiting for Samir. Samir, where are you? Anyhow, no problem. We lost in a sense. We lost connection of Samir. Don't. So that is all today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again.